Once upon a time, there was a magical land where fairy tales were brought to life. That land, whose entrance is proudly guarded by Le Château de la Belle au Bois Dormant, is the place we all know as Fantasyland. Inspired by the great Disney classics, this magical kingdom also pays tribute to the various European countries from which our favorite childhood fairy tales hail. Let's head off on a trip around Disneyland Paris, exploring them together. Keen to capture Europe's architectural flavor when creating the magical world of Fantasyland, the park's designers drew on techniques employed by animators at the Disney studios. Curvaceous lines here, exaggerated proportions there, all combined with just enough traditional details to keep one foot firmly in the real world. Stretching out beyond Le Château de la Belle au Bois Dormant, the castle's courtyard is indeed evocative of medieval France. Le Carrousel de Lancelot takes pride of place in the very heart of the courtyard, its noble steeds, their manes and tails emblazoned with gold leaf, patiently awaiting their modern-day knights and damsels. Displaying a Renaissance style so typical of the Loire Valley's chateaux and mansions, l'Auberge de Cendrillon, meanwhile, is a homage to Charles Perrault's fairy tale Cinderella. Once you step inside, a selection of stunning tapestries crafted at the Royal Factory in Aubusson will immerse you headlong into the world of the glass-slippered princess. Now it's time to make our way to the northern part of Fantasyland, or more specifically to Great Britain, with its flower-filled gardens, babbling brooks, and quaint little cottages. Featuring over 360 meters of shrubs, Alice's Curious Labyrinth instantly conjures up images of the European tradition for hedge mazes, such as Britain's biggest located in Longleat. On wending our way slightly further, we find ourselves stepping in the heart of the British countryside and admiring the Toad Hall restaurant, a charming little red brick manor house. Once through the doors, this restaurant oozes an overly British style, from its rustic decor right down to the fare that features on the menu, traditional fish and chips. Scotland is now just a stone's throw away with Peter Pan's flight. And the queuing area, you may well spot a metal gate emblazoned with the name Kirriemuir, which is a nod to the birthplace of James Matthew Barrie, the author of Peter Pan. Continental Europe now calls, with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs whisking us off to Gothic castle-filled Germany, the very place that served as inspiration for the Brothers Grimm. A somber building surrounded by Black Forest-style firs instantly captures the fairy tale's unsettling vibe. Don't hang around for too long, though, if you don't want the evil queen to spot you. Fantasyland's Germanic streets are also where you can expect to find another character who is actually Italian through and through, Pinocchio. Although the story penned by Carlo Collodi originally takes place in Tuscany, Walt Disney decided to use the Tyrol as the backdrop to his version of the tale. If you're dying to explore Italy, however, you simply need to make a beeline for the other side of Fantasyland, where both the Pizzeria Bella Notte and the Fantasia Gelati ice cream parlor await. Note how the building's facade stands at a somewhat jaunty angle, reminiscent of a certain tower in Pisa. Our journey continues indoors, surrounded by a plethora of decorative details evoking Venice and Tuscany in turn, all peppered with references to the great Disney classic, Lady and the Tramp. The most iconic reference of all, however, is found on the restaurant's menu: spaghetti with meatballs, to be devoured as a family, with friends, or during a romantic tête-à-tête. Our penultimate destination is the Netherlands, with the Old Mill nestled alongside the navigable waterways of Storybook Land, paying a subtle tribute to the country. The final stop on our European tour is It's a Small World, whose stylized facade showcases some of the world's best-known monuments, including Europe's Eiffel Tower and Big Ben, of course. Once you've made yourself comfortable in your boat, the happiest cruise that ever sailed serves up a fresh look at the European continent before whisking you off over the mountains and seas to explore horizons new. One trip always leads to another. That's the magic of Disneyland Paris. Share your own Disneyland Paris discoveries and your favorite hidden gems in the comments.